and Walker Equipment. Visit WCCSradio.com.
The Voice of Indiana County, WCCS, AM 1160, 101.1 FM. Indiana in the Morning, brought to you by First Commonwealth Bank. With us in the studio this morning, representatives from the ICTC program. So let everybody know who you are, who you brought with you today. Good morning.
All right. Good morning, Chuck. Well, of course, I'm Kelly Fox. I'm the school counselor, and with me today is our principal, Mr. Mike Worthington, and we have a soon-to-be senior, Jakob Dixon. Jacob was a junior when he went through the Skills USA process, and we're here today because we're celebrating in his achievement of the national winner in the sheet metal competition at the Skills USA competition, which was held in Louisville, Kentucky at the last week of June. So there he sits. I wish we were on TV, but I guess a little bit we are. We're being taped here for the Facebook Live, and so you can see his medal if you're on Facebook watching this interview, and it is a great achievement. And I want to emphasize again, Jacob is a junior, and so he has one more school year left, and he can go through this whole process again next year. And really today is just to compliment him and to allow him to share about this experience.
Well, Jacob, congratulations on a job well done.
Thank you.
Now, what's your home school?
United.
Okay, so congratulations to all the folks out in United as well. Let us know how you became involved in this process overall, and then what took place when you had to make it to the actual competition.
Well, last year, when I first started at our tech, I go to HVAC. We do sheet metal in our school, and our teacher, Mr. Gold, which retired last year, that I was pretty exceptional at it. So I got to go to the Skills USA regional competition, and I went there. I got second place last year, and the other kid from ICTC got first. Then this year I went back to regionals. I got first at regionals. Then you go to states. I got first at states. Then we get to go to nationals, and I got first there.
So this is sort of like being on a sports team, right? First you have to win your local, then you go to the districts, then you go to the state, and if you make that, you go all the way to the nationals. Let the listeners know HVAC. They may not be familiar with those
heating,
letters.
ventilation, and air conditioning.
Okay. So did you have to come up with a project, or were there things that they said you have to do this?
Yeah, they give you a packet. It's 4 papers, and it's just like a general outline of what you have to make with enough measurements to make project.
Okay, what was your project?
I had to take flat sheet metal and turn it into ductwork.
Okay, now your principal is with us, Mike. Good morning.
Good morning.
Now, what was your involvement in all of this?
My involvement was just supporting the programs at ICTC, all the students who participate, and Jacob in particular, when he went to nationals. We've been fortunate in the last couple of years. We've sent some students to nationals, but Jacob, to our knowledge, is the first kid in ICTC, maybe even in this area, who has won a national competition at Skills USA.
Did you accompany him to that competition?
I did not. His instructor, Mr. Mumal, did, and his former instructor, Mr. Gold, also went.
Okay, Jacob, how many did you have to compete against?
I had 20 in my competition.
And they were from all over the country?
Yes.
And they would all be state champions from all over the country.
Were you pretty confident going into the final competition?
Going in, I was confident that I could win, but yeah.
You never know.
You never know.
With all that competition, it's also a state champion.
Yeah, there's a time factor to his exam as well. So in order for Jacob to really hit it out of the ballpark, let's say, because you used the sports analogy there, he had to really focus on his project and what he had to do in the amount of time that he had to complete it. So he probably didn't have a lot of time to be watching all of the competitors around him. He really needed to focus on his own work, and we're so glad he did.
Now, when they gave you the packet of information with what you had to accomplish, was that something that you felt comfortable with?
Yeah, it was a fairly easy project, I thought. Pretty comfortable with it.
Okay, so they threw you the fastball, and you're a fastball hitter.
Yep.
That worked out. Kelly, are there other programs at the ICTC where they have a competition like this that goes nationally?
Oh, yeah. All of our program areas compete in Skills USA. And so over the years, we've had others go to nationals. In the most recent years, we've had some cosmetology students go out to the national competition for the nail art event. However, as Mr. Worthington said, I believe that Jacob is our only national winner. So we've had some compete and some compete in that top 20 range, but to be the top dog in his field, this is a real honor, and we're so glad that we're able to say that we have a national winner now.
I see you're wearing 2 medals.
Yep, I
right?
have. This would be our national one, and this is the state one.
Okay. Now, when school gets back in session in September, is there going to be a little program to recognize Jacob?
Yeah, I believe that the first thing that we're planning on doing, we've obviously reached out. It's on our website. We had an article published, or they have a PSBA success stories. It's on there currently. It was on our Facebook. I know United's done some things to promote it. August is our next JOC meeting, which will be our board. We're going to recognize him at the board. We're trying to set some things up with local papers to interview Jacob so we can get that story out there. And then obviously we'll have a little kickoff at the beginning of the school year to recognize his accomplishment.
Jacob Dixon from the United School District at ICTC, our guest this morning. National champion sheet metal competition held out at Louisville, Kentucky. So you know what this means, don't you?
No.
Next year you got to do it again.
Yep.
That's exactly. We hope we're sitting here a year later.
Now, you have to think that's going to be a little bit of an advantage for you.
Maybe.
I guess it would all depend on what information they give you for your project, right?
Yep.
Right. Now, if
the project may be different, the competitors
I mean.
will be different. Mm-hmm. It will be a whole new contest.
Is there something that maybe you're a little leery if they give you the assignment and say, oh, boy, this is tough for me?
Not off the top of my head, I mean.
Okay.
Not really.
So you're pretty well-rounded in all the aspects of that. Well, Kelly, I know it's summertime, but I know there's still a lot of activity out at ICTC. What are some of the things going on?
Well, coming up next, we're looking forward to hosting all of our new students who are planning to come to the ICTC in the fall. So on the first Wednesday in August from 5 to 7 p.m., we're hosting our new student orientation, and we're inviting those new students along with their families to come out for picnic-style food, and all of our instructors will be there. So it's a nice, flexible open house style agenda, and everybody will be able to meet and greet and become more familiar with the ICTC on August the 7th. And then, of course, right around the corner from there, it's the start of school. So we're looking at in-service days, and our first student day being 2 weeks after August 7th, being Wednesday, August 21st. So.
If there are somebody listening that maybe has just moved into the area, or maybe their child has just decided they would like to attend classes, it's not too late, right?
It is not too late. Some of our areas are filled, but we have many, many seats available in a lot of our program areas. So the best thing to do would be to get a hold of Mr. Worthington at the ICTC, and you could just give us a call at 724-349-6700.
I know I ask you this every time you come in, but the number of students that attend the VOTEC
yes.
in a school year, just a ballpark figure.
Yeah, hey, if everybody stays in their seat right now, we're looking close to 500 students this year.
Is that near an all-time high?
It's up there.
Okay.
Yeah. Now, we're going to have some movement, of course, in August, but we like to say between 480 and 500.
Mm-hmm. Of course, I think one of the last times you were here, we were talking about the urban project
yes.
that was getting underway. How have you been able to help with that?
Yeah, well, that is through our adult education program primarily, but we did put an invitation out there to the graduating class of 2019 in all of our sending districts, and we know that our urban is looking for a particular type of worker. Through adult education, we're offering certification programs that will train folks to be that type of worker for places like Urban, Lowe's, Home Depot. There's a warehouse logistics certification that we're offering, and I believe it's 40 hours. And so it's a pretty quick turnaround. And if you're interested in that, please get a hold of Dr. Audra Spicer in adult education. She's organizing those trainings, and she'd be happy to sign new students up.
Now, do those programs work during the summer, or are they more of a fall type of thing?
No, there will be one running here in just a week or two, middle of July. So there's time to sign up right now. And then I believe she's going to try to do that on a monthly basis. And, of course, too, if she gets a lot of registrants, she can plan a class. We're pretty flexible in how those are offered.
Mike, as the principal of ICTC, what excites you the most about the VOTEC?
The thing that excites me the most about the VOTEC is I actually was the principal at United before I went there.
Okay.
It's a little bit different in a way that the kids view, I think, coming to the ICTC. In many of them, it's a choice to come here. So it's a place they want to be. They're in a career field that they're excited about, that they may go on to, if not further education, go right into the employment world. And it offers them opportunities, I think, to get a job right out of high school, a good paying job with advancement in that career field and opportunities for further education. So I've enjoyed my time there. This was my first year there as the principal. The kids there are great. Like I said, they want to come to school. There's often times where they're off at their home school because the schedules don't. They ask if they can come in, so they come to the ICTC on their days off. You don't get that at a lot of places. So it's a great place. We're expanding programs. There's been a lot of turnover in administration and everything. We have some new instructors coming, so it's an exciting time to be there right now, I think, not only for the staff, but also for the students.
Now, not only are they learning skills, but I would think when you talk with a student who completes the program, they have the opportunity to meet students from the other school districts.
Correct.
Right?
Correct. So they're networking, like you said, as far as their social networking with other students within the community. They're building relationships and opportunities they may not have just staying at their sending school. So they get to meet a lot of different people. So it's maybe more like a college-type setting, I think, where they're coming from all over the area.
Jacob, when you're not studying or doing something with ICTC, what do you like to do?
I live on a farm, so I like to do
Okay.
that, but we like to camp and quad ride.
Okay. You have any big camping trips coming up this summer?
Not scheduled right now.
Kelly?
I was just going to ask Jacob, now that he's won this achievement and moving into his senior year, I'm going to be looking forward to working with you on your post-secondary plan, and I'm sure this is a great resume builder for Jacob to have this accomplishment on his resume, and I bet he's wanting to move right out into that workforce because that's what most of our HVAC students do. So he might be a good co-op candidate this year. So there's a lot of things for Jacob to think about for the upcoming year.
Now, with your background, what types of jobs would you be wanting to do?
Well, with the sheet metal experience and winning a national championship, I can probably go into like a sheet metal union fairly easily, or just a general sheet metal construction plant, factory, whatever you want to call it.
Okay, some of those are around here,
Absolutely.
right?
Yes.
So I think with Jacob's experience, he, like you said, he can go into the union, he could test in. They would further his education. He would be part of, so when they would bid on jobs and things of that nature, he would be part of that. He would go out to the site, whether it be new installation, existing, new construction types like that. You build ductwork, things of that nature, to put the units in the buildings. Being a young man, he'll get to travel a lot. So with his skill set, he can work anywhere in the country too. So you're not tied to just one geographical area. So it opens a lot of doors for a lot of young people, I think, today who are willing to travel, willing to work hard, and so the opportunity for success is there.
Well, Jacob, we certainly, again, congratulate you. Good luck in your senior year. Kelly and Mike, thanks so much for doing a good job.
Time, and thanks for the recognition for Jacob. He really did a great job.
We'll be looking forward to your visits later this school year here on Indiana in the Morning. Stay tuned. News is coming up next from the Fox Network.
The key numbers on the old